Alright, tool groupies, if you followed the channel for a while, sometime last year I went down to my local Sears. Luckily, I still have one nearby me. It's a Sears Hometown Country Store. They have stuff on sale that you can't get at any of these other stores because they're a Sears Hometown Country Store. Even if it's on sale online, it's going to be even cheaper in stores on some occasions, so I frequently go down there and see what they got from time to time. Last year I picked up a 1/2-inch drive socket wrench set that was a universal set. Got it for a steal of a deal. I also caught the 1/4-inch drive set for a great deal. You can check out both of those tool reviews in the description box below. I'm still using and abusing those tools. But what we're going to be reviewing here today is I finally went down there and picked up the 3/8 drive universal socket wrench set for a really great deal as well. They might be on sale for about $30 online. I picked this one up for about 15 bucks. The ratchet itself is worth $15. I'm not going to go over every little detail of the features of these things, what and all they can do. If you want that, you got to go watch both of the other videos. I know the 1/4-inch drive set, I went into some pretty great detail on some of the good features with these tools, what you can and cannot use them for, you know, things like that. So you can go check that out if you want to hear those opinions. But we're going to get down into this and check out this 3/8 drive socket set. You can see by the way it's made, it's got the handle right here. It's really convenient to pick it up, grab it, take it on the go. I've got these two holes right here where they hang them on the rack at in the stores. You can hang them right there on your shop wall. But as you can see right there, it has the inch on the left and the metric on the right. It tells you right there in raised lettering, and it's also got the Craftsman name right here on the bottom. Your inch is going to be on the black rail and your metric on the gray rail. Now if you get these, all you got to do is take something like a screwdriver, put them in between here, and then just pop these things loose. And here is our beautiful 3/8 drive 19-piece socket wrench set. These universal designs work with 6 different style fasteners: the 6-point hex, the 12-point, 4-point square, external torque, spline drive, and partially rounded fastener heads. It's like a multi-purpose tool. We get one quick release ratchet, 9 universal inch sockets from 1/4 to 3/4, doesn't skip anything in between. 9 universal metric sockets. You get 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, so it does skip just a few sizes: 12, 15, and 19. If you have the 1/4-inch and 1/2-inch drive set, you ain't got to worry about it because it does cover those sizes between those sets. Or you can check out some of the deals they got on the larger sets, which gives you the deep well, the ratchets, and all drive sizes of sockets. Still got those at your local Sears as well. Here it will show you the specific drive sizes and what bolt types will fit the nut and bolt sizes. Hex 6-point tells you all of metal fit. 12-point, it'll tell you all of metal fit in the inch and the metric both. For the square, here for the Torx, here for the spline. All you got to do is pause this and check it out. It is made in Taiwan from heat-treated, high tensile strength alloyed steel. So this isn't that cheap Chinese stuff. These are actually the better quality tools that people do like from Craftsman. The really awesome thing about these particular sets is the fact that they got the socket rails on the side of the case. You can easily take it on the go, hang it on your shop wall, or if you want to put it in your toolbox, all you got to do is grab the case and push up on it on these socket rails right here. Pull up on it and they'll come off. Now this is exactly how I store the 1/4-inch and the 1/2-inch drive sizes in my toolbox, and that's how I'm going to use these. If you want to grab these, put them back together, put the rails back on them, and use it for a grab and go application, you could easily do that. It gives you options. Now the first time around, I didn't particularly like it with the 1/2-inch drive set, but I got used to it and I got used to using them quite often, and I think it's a pretty good little feature to have. Of course, your ratchet stays locked right in the middle right here. This is the spline drive universal design. They got a really nice, well-made, it's like a black oxide finish on the inside of each one of these, both the standard and the metrics. And that's something I got to say about the universal sets. These are pretty well flawless. Now each one of them, whether it's standard or metric, does have the knurling on the inside. There's no real difference between the two, so you can't really just tell if it's standard or metric when you first look at it. But they do have really nice, clear, die-stamped indicators on them. Craftsman name brand, the size, the part number as well. If you look at the color of the socket rail, you're going to be able to easily determine which one you're reaching for. These are by far some of my favorite designs from Craftsman. I like the way it's got that partial clear coat finish where you can see the steel, the black coating as well. Now universals aren't going to be the best tool for every job, but they are a good multi-tool to have on site, whether you are working with standard or metric. This is something that you can grab on the go for just about any basic application, and it will get most of the jobs done that you're going to run across, especially if you're a maintenance guy or you service a wide range of different equipment. You can take this one set right here, you can get 1,000 different things done because you don't have to run and keep going to the toolbox. All you got to do is reach in your toolbox toolbox, and you can tackle whatever fastener you come across, whether it's 6, 12, 4-point, Torx, and that's what I use them for the most, is 4-point squares. We have got our 3H drive ratchet now. This is a 45 tooth gear head assembly. It's got the traditional snap ring in the bottom of it. It isn't a sealed head ratchet. These are well designed, heavy duty little bodies on these things. I really like the way these are designed, and I actually thought about buying a whole nother series of these universal sets right here just so I could have the ratchets of each one again, because these are pretty well made ratchets. They do not have the best finish in the world. I see some slight imperfections beneath where the oxide finish is right there. As far as everything else goes, I mean, the die stamping on them, the clear coat on them, very well made. And it's got the low profile design. Detemp ball there, quick release button, feels nice, firm. And the reversing switch, you turn on its side there, you'll see that that reversing switch sets up way overhead right here, which some people are not going to like. I mean, for a ratchet in general, these I'm not worried about putting in really tight confined spaces. I mean, the ratchets themselves feel great, they work great in the hand, and listen to the tooth count here. It's a nice smooth 45 tooth count design. And everything doesn't have to have the most tooth count on them either. It just matters what you're using. Do you like it? Do you like the style, the way it feels, the way it operates? Whenever I go to really tight confined spaces, I'm going to grab a gear wrench and get to using it. I've got the 120, I've got the 84 tooth. As far as these go, you know, a lot of people have written off the old Craftsman, and quite frankly, a lot of the stuff that they got, even in the old stock, is going to be just as good as what you can get in the Icon line from Harbor Freight. Matter of fact, this whole set that I picked up here for the price is cheaper than what I can go to Harbor Freight and get the universal sets for individually, plus buying a ratchet. Frankly, it's made a lot better than what the Pittsburgh name brand is, and I think the ratchets are perfectly fine. These are some that actually Apex Tool Group made, so it's pretty well a gear wrench design on the inside of the head here. What you got to do is get yourself some snap ring pliers, such as these here from Channel Lock, and then you get a lock on that snap ring inside here. You squeeze them together and then pull it right out. Pull up on the inside of this here. I done knocked the bottom out of it, but it does have the O-ring around it. That way it kind of helps seal off the head. And then you got your little pawl right here that sits right on top of that pin switch lever. Whenever you flip it back and forth, that reversing switch, it moves your pawl. Everything is pre-lubed. You can see it right here. And you just got to add your plate back and add your snap ring back to it. And there you go. So you can take these apart and service them if you need to. If you do have these and you need a warranty kit for them, all you got to do is contact Craftsman. They do got a Stanley Black & Decker link where you can contact them directly for certain models of products that have been discontinued, and they will try to resolve any situation you might have. Once again, this is a good quality product in my opinion. I like using the other ones, the 1/4 inch and the 1/2 inch drive, and all I needed from the kit was the 3H drive, and now I've got that. I will have the universal pass-through socket set coming up. If anybody hasn't seen it yet, got it for a really great price, so stay tuned and you can check out that review as well. As far as universal socket wrench sets, the Craftsman is by far my favorite. I know they're not something that's considered very popular among tradesmen. They have been out on the market for a while. However, they do serve a purpose depending on what trade you're in, what job you've got. It's not going to be every day that I use these. It's not going to be every occasion that I use these. If I do, it might be the ratchet, not really the socket. It's not an everyday user. The 12-point design on them basically will strip out certain fasteners more than others. It'll strip them out faster than a 12-point will. 6-point is still your best bet for getting a good hold on regular 6-point fasteners. And anybody out here working on commercial equipment, you're a maintenance guy, you work on different things, and you come across a wide range of different fasteners on a job on a daily basis, that's when universal sets will be great to have on hand. So you might run across the Torx set, a 4-point square, a 6-point, or a 12-point, and these will come in handy to do multiple different jobs. And that's why, for the price that I got them for, I just couldn't pass it up. But now if you want to see these tools in action doing real world repairs, and you want to get some real world performance results, all you gotta do is pop the clutch on that subscribe button, go over to Instagram and hit follow. Check out the new Facebook page. It's like this right here. I'm frequently at these facilities all the time, changing a bunch of different things, whether it's bearings, bushings, sleeves, whatnot like that. And I got these 4-point squares I run into, the Torx, everything in between, and these sockets work great for that. Here's the bottom line whenever it comes down to these universal socket wrench set. These particular sets by Craftsman, I do like. It gives you the ratchet, gives you the sockets. Even if you decide to go out here and buy the big sets where it's got the deep welds, got all the wrenches and everything you need, your adapters, that's also good if you can get it at the right price. Not everybody's going to use them, not everybody's going to like them, but they are a very practical tool that certain people's going to find very useful simply because they're a multi-tool. You can do multiple things with them. You can take a crescent wrench and a set of universal sockets and a ratchet, and you can do a whole lot of different things with those particular tools instead of having to pack with you the E-TORX sockets, the 12-point, the 6-point SPLINE sockets, and everything else in between just to be able to go get a job done. I think anybody who is doing some type of equipment repair, maintenance repair, industrial repairs, things like that, these are going to be some great tools to have on hand for those types of jobs. Let me know what you think in the description box below, though. Now, as far as the experience of the Craftsman, what I have used with the 1/4 inch and the 1/2 inch drive set, they've worked great. They've held up good, they feel good, and I ain't got no complaints about them for the price that I paid for them, and I believe the 3/8 drive will be just the same. But anyhow, you all know how I roll. Until the next time around, make sure you go grab yourself some tools and make being a tradesman great again.